что записываем. За 3 записываем. Раз, два, запись. Записывай. Что такого показать. Ладно. Посмотрим. Посмотрим, что у нас тут есть интересное. Есть интересное, вот, говорим, прога записывает видео, ничего интересного. Тут у нас что идет видеоурок.
Itself from the rocket launcher, and we'll kind of merge those together. Could be used to shop content to actually only add the new lines, remove everything else, and then just call the super where it's appropriate to do that functionality. But in this case, we are not wanting to do that because we overrode this intentionally so that the normal behavior of the projectile class version of this function, process touch, will not happen. So now what should happen if we were to run this would be that this basically would do nothing whenever it came in contact with the wall. So the next thing we're going to need to do is set it up to handle the bounce. Now there's another function that we want to override called hit wall. And so if we jump back to here, and we're in the projectile class, if we look here and notice that hit wall does not show up, that's because hit wall is not specific to a projectile. So if we go back up to the top here, the UT projectile, and then we can kind of just trace it back up. Instead of going right to it, you could also do a find in files, but I'm just going to kind of trace back up the hierarchy of the extended classes here so that we can get an idea kind of what's happening. So you'll see here, still nothing. So then there's a base projectile class instead of the kind of project-specific UT and UDK ones. So now we're in the projectile class. This is a very large class, so it's taking a little bit of time here to load up. A lot of times when you get to the kind of the utmost base class of a particular object type, the classes will be rather large because there's a lot of functionality that they're supporting. So here we go. So notice that there is the hit wall function. Now this function is normally doing some heavier lifting stuff, like it's handling if there's dynamic objects that will apply, make dynamic, so if you hit a physics object that's been basically in its sleep state or its default state, you can wake objects up and do that kind of stuff. We're going to grab this function. We're not going to, or similar to what we did with the process touch, we're going to kind of remove and kind of override it to do specifically what we want it to do. So let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to jump all the way back over to our plasma rocket, paste this in. Okay, so the singular, we're no longer doing that, and so we're overriding this. So now we hit wall, we're going to leave all the parameters, of course, the same. We can get rid of this local variables. We also are not going to call the super.
Чтобы понять рекурсию, надо понять рекурсию, и на этой новости закончим.